We begin with a major development out of Washington, D.C. US President Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu have unveiled what they call a comprehensive plan to end the war in Gaza. Standing together at the White House, President Trump said he was very confident peace in Gaza could be achieved. Netanyahu backed the blueprint, saying it matches Israel's war objectives: the return of all hostages, dismantling Hamas's military capabilities, and a demilitarized Gaza under a new civil administration. Listen in.
It's our plan. Passed it in the cabinet. All our hostages, both those who are alive and those who died, all of them will return home immediately. Hamas will be disarmed. Gaza will be demilitarized. Israel will retain security responsibility, including a security perimeter for the foreseeable future. And lastly, Gaza will have a peaceful civilian administration that is run neither by Hamas nor by the Palestinian Authority.
This proposal lays out a 20-point framework. Key elements include all Israeli hostages held in Gaza are to be returned within 72 hours of the proposal's acceptance. Israel is to release Palestinian prisoners in exchange, and a transitional Palestinian administration overseen by a new international body called the Board of Peace. Trump said he himself will chair that board, with former UK Prime Minister Tony Blair among the expected members.
To ensure the success of this effort, my plan calls for the creation of a new international oversight body, the Board of Peace, we call it, the Board of Peace, sort of a beautiful name, the Board of Peace, which will be headed, not at my request, believe me, I'm very busy, but we have to make sure this works. The leaders of the Arab world and Israel and everybody involved asked me to do this, so it would be headed by a gentleman known as President Donald J. Trump of the United States.
However, Netanyahu warned that if Hamas rejects the deal or undermines it, Israel will finish the job on its own. Trump, meanwhile, said several Arab states have already agreed to help enforce the plan.
But if Hamas rejects your plan, Mr. President, or if they supposedly accept it and then basically do everything to counter it, then Israel will finish the job by itself. This can be done the easy way, or it can be done the hard way, but it will be done. We prefer the easy way, but it has to be done.
But if accepted by Hamas, this proposal calls for the release of all remaining hostages immediately, but in no case more than 72 hours. So the hostages are coming back.
In response, Hamas said it is currently studying Trump's peace plan. The group said it will hold internal discussions as well as talks with other Palestinian factions before responding. Meanwhile, the militant group Palestinian Islamic Jihad dismissed it outright, calling it a recipe to blow up the region. World leaders have reacted with a mix of hope and optimism. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi welcomed the plan, urging all parties to rally behind it. French President Emmanuel Macron and UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer praised Trump's initiative. And a joint statement from Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Egypt, Qatar and other Muslim states endorsed the plan while calling for humanitarian aid, full Israeli withdrawal and a path to a two-state solution. Israel, led by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, continues to oppose the creation of a Palestinian state, even as several European nations have moved to recognise it in recent weeks. Netanyahu said the blueprint answers the question the world has asked since the war began: what comes after Hamas? Trump declared it was time to end the bloodshed and rebuild Gaza, calling this the best opportunity in decades to achieve peace. Since the end of the first and only ceasefire in Gaza, the United States and Arab mediators have repeatedly claimed they were close to a peace deal. None of those announcements ever materialized on the ground. But this time, both Israel and Washington are striking a note of optimism, putting the onus of peace squarely on Hamas. Now all eyes rest on Hamas, the final player that could either embrace the plan or torpedo it.